everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. Mike is shaking his head. What? Why?
I'm logged into PTR, and doesn't look like we are live. Hold on, let me log out and look at myself as myself.
Okay.
Of course, I'm looking on Facebook.
Oh, it says YouTube is streaming. Oh, Facebook needs to reconnect because our account expired.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's live now. Okay, just now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Right.
Hold on.
It does take a second or two. But Facebook not live yet. We'll be live here in just a second.
No, we're live. We're up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
we're good. My bad.
All right.
Sorry.
So yes, we are live now. Kind of. We are limping along as it was.
You know what? It's fitting.
Yeah.
It is fitting.
Oh, God. Well, we had to take some time off because personal things got in the way. We're not going to go into a whole lot of them. But we had a lot of things happening with the show. Mike had things going on. I had things going on. Colin had things going on. Some of us still have things going on. And, I'll talk a little bit about one thing I had going on here recently, which was yesterday was my anniversary.
Yes, it was. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Congratulations. What, 25 years?
24.
24.
24, and she hasn't killed me yet, which is good. She'd be eligible for parole by now, though, if she had. So, and no one would blame her. So
hindsight is 2020, Yep.
And you get to a point after so many years where you run out of things to buy each other. So because you just don't need more stuff. Mike, have you and Mrs. 8-Man gotten to that point?
No.
No, you still buying
not quite
each other,
yet.
other things?
No, I still buy her stuff. She buys me stuff. Mostly we buy each other clothes now. Like when you get excited over a new pair of pajamas, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
See, but we've always had this problem where I am into stuff that she has no idea about.
Yeah.
Therefore, I just buy it for myself. Example, I got new skates today. Finally cleared customs coming through Canada. And even with the damn tariffs or duty fees, whatever we're calling them this month, thanks to the exchange rate, it was still cheaper for me to order from Canada than it was to go across the bridge into Woodbridge and buy them at the store. So worth the wait in the off season anyway. So all good.
Now
she ain't gonna buy me no skates or nothing. So
yeah. Well, I thought I would be different this year, and so I wrote a song.
Oh no.
Well, you get into the algorithm because you watch one of these timeless songs or whatever on your Facebook algorithm, and all of a sudden that's all you start to see. And so I saw these songs where you tell them your story and then they'll make a song, and but some of those are like $200 for them to write you a song. And I thought, well, I can write code, I can write a song. I started writing a book and I got a chapter done. I thought a song's a lot shorter than a book, so certainly I can write a song. It can't be that hard. I mean, so I did it. I wrote a song.
Okay.
And of course I wasn't going to sing it because I can't sing, and I don't know any musical instruments. So I did have AI do that part for me. But I did write it. So, that was pretty fun.
So
very nice.
I have taken to the algorithm on Instagram. There's a user out there, Michelle Jams, where she takes text message exchanges between her and her family and turns it into like revival type gospel singing.
Oh, okay.
And I absolutely think that this is genius. When her husband took hits off of a vape and found out after the fact there was THC in it, not just CBD to help calm his nerves. And fantastic stuff. AI is fantastic until it comes to kill us.
Till they take over. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty fun.
So the alternative would have been, and I'm just kind of saying, boudoir.
Male boudoir photos.
Hey, listen.
I could have had AI create those.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
I'm just saying.
There's always next year. So, I could make her a calendar.
Next year is 25. That's the big one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could give her a
So
calendar.
all I'm going to say about it, though, from this point, and then we're going to move on, is Angie, if he actually does this, I'm going to make sure that this episode is erased from the internet. Because I ain't going to take the blame. I'm just going to make that very, very clear.
But I had to go after I made it. I had to go just a little bit further, and so I made up a band name and everything for that.
You did a music video, didn't you?
I wanted to so bad, but that is really expensive. That is the expensive part of AI, because boy, when you start to do video, you really start to eat the credits.
I guess.
So the band name was Synthetic Steel featuring Nicki Neon.
Okay, well.
But yeah, your wife seemed to like it.
Well, her sense of humor and mine are a little bit different. But she is a big fan of AI. Big fan.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it was that was kind of fun. It took me like 3 days. So, to do it. But anyway, yeah, so that's one of the things I've been up to. So.
Well, good job, Shaggy.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm
sure.
What'd she get you?
A hat. Because I like those expensive like cabbie hats, New York cabbie hats.
The Scallies?
Yep, the Scallies. So she got me one of the hats that I really liked. And so it's the blue and white. It's called the jockey pattern. So those things are not cheap. And so I actually have to, I have now filled up the hat rack that I built. So I need to build another bar for them. So, but this week I'm off work. So I took a vacation week. So it is home improvement week here. So today I've already replaced the shower head, the little turn knob, and the water spout in both bathrooms upstairs. So I was very busy today.
Impressive.
So, well, that's what YouTube videos will do for you. They'll teach you that you don't need to pay a plumber to do some things. So.
And what things they do need to be paid for.
Yes. Yeah. So. Now, Mike, you had a big deal going on last week. Did you actually participate in that like you thought you might? Or did you stay in your seat?
No. I stayed in my lane on Thursday night. Me and a couple of guys from work had the dubious distinction of attending Little Mania. That's right. I willingly went to see midget wrestling live.
Was Brad Williams like the commentator or the guest judge?
No. No. Let me just summarize because I don't think words can explain. I will send you guys the link. There I have 6 gigabytes of video that I took up on my OneDrive right now of various little, no pun intended, little
Little snippets.
tidbits from the night. Yep. Um, there. So yeah, did it want? It was like $26 for a ticket, and it was in the local ice rink by where I work. They just put down the plywood, and they had the literally the little ring set up. They don't wrestle in a full size ring. It's a little ring. And yeah, the little jokes just wrote themselves all night long. Would I go back to see them again? No, I would not. I will go see them let's see. I would go see the ones down in Pigeon Forge, and then go to Dollywood to use Dollywood as mental bleach.
Okay.
Because I did almost buy a T-shirt, and I'm so glad I didn't because I probably would have regretted it later. They had 2 that stood out. The first one had like just the outline of a middle finger, and had Little Mania down the middle finger, and on the back it literally says, "Fuck those midgets." And there's another one that on the back it said midget for life, but the 4 had the foot after, so midget 4 foot life.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever gotten that drunk so quick, because we were tailgating beforehand, and it was almost like mandatory. But there were families coming to this, like kids with mom and dad and grandma were coming. They had the VIP floor seats where you could have gotten a meet and greet. They were, dude. The one guy that went, he had the nerve afterwards. He's like, I can't believe that we let you talk us into this. I said, talk you into this? Hold on. Let me refresh your drunk ass's memory for a second, okay? We're sitting at work, at lunch, all of us around there, and this is how it went down. I said, so, people, if I were to tell you that there is going to be a midget wrestling event less than 2 miles from here in June, would you? That's as far as I got. And this mofo was like, yes. There was no twisting of the arm.
Right. I
was like, you sure you want to? Yes, I'm in. A couple of the guys were, I'm in. I hung flyers up at work with QR codes so they could go to the site and order. The thing was sold out. So people were actually disappointed the day of. I was like, I told you, buy your tickets early. Thought I was kidding. Told somebody about it, and they were like, oh, well, little people have to work too. I'm like, yes, they do. That's right. Yeah. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, yes, I did not get into the ring. Luckily, they restricted access to the floor, so I wasn't able to get near the ring or any of the wrestlers. Although I'm pretty sure I bought 50-50 tickets from one of them. I didn't win the 50-50, but I'm pretty sure one of them was selling 50-50s beforehand, and I bought from him.
Okay.
So
feels like they should have made like 40-30 or something, because it's going to be more on green.
They took a little bit off the top for themselves, right?
Yes, exactly.
I'm looking to see if they're going to be anywhere near you guys, because these guys travel all over. Let's see, Little Mania World Tour. Let's see. New York, Michigan, New York, PA, New York, PA, West Virginia. No, I guess not. Ohio. So, but I will say this also. So next year, I've already got the team building event picked out. And Shaggy, I'm going to send you a link to this one. Because I think you're gonna want to come to this one. So I'm gonna send you the link through Slack. Is Slack still working for you?
Like, Slack's working. I can't necessarily show anything, but yeah, Slack's Micro Maidens. Ooh. Okay.
So this is going to be next year's.
Okay. So they're going to be in Missouri.
Micro Maidens are going to be in Missouri.
Yeah.
They're not the wrestlers.
No, obviously. This is like the is it? Well, I mean, is this?
Burlesque?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was that or if it was. I mean, I didn't know if maybe it was the same as like the Diva, for MMA or.
No. Your favorite little person, Bridget Powers, is part of this show.
Oh, okay.
Sassy Cassie, who is the shortest dancer in the world at 2'10". And Lila Hart, the tiny stand-up comedian. So I think, yeah, you in?
Sure, why not?
Sure, come on out.
Sure, sounds like a night of small fun.
This is just a little bit.
Yeah,
Colin, I would ask you.
No, I'll pass.
I think you're. Well, I was going to say, I think you're already on the mailing list, dude. So I mean, it's all good.
Yeah, it's season tickets. So
because they've been around since you had the hot tub. So.
Oh. That's like 2 decades now.
All right, so maybe not the same dancers, but the concept has been around. The show has been around.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes.
I'm disappointed they don't have extra smalls for their T-shirts. They go from small to 5XL. But they don't sell extra small? What?
I guess not.
No, nothing in kid sizes?
So, yeah, other than that, other than the micro wrestling, so I will say, so the one thing that I will say about what was going on during the time off was it was a whirlwind. I had several things going on at one time, but one of them was that I had my first experience driving while towing a trailer all the way from Maine, because the property sold, and she went up one week, loaded, tagged everything, boxed everything. I went up the following week because it was basically a quick transaction to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I went up the following week, picked up the trailer up there to rent a 4x6 trailer one way from Maine back to Jersey, which included 4 days of use with the additional insurance and the roadside assistance. $168. And probably 3 years off of my life towing that thing home.
Yeah. Yeah. luckily, I have never had to tow anything so far. But I can't imagine it's fun.
What
It
were you towing
wasn't terrible.
with?
My Expedition. So it wasn't the fact that the Expedition couldn't handle the trailer. It's the fact that I had never towed before, and it was a 12-hour drive. I did have a little bit of worries because at some points my temperatures did spike a little bit, but that was in the hilly part of Connecticut. Yeah. Do not recommend. 1 star.
No,
especially since you're hauling mementos. Like part of me was like, well, I wish I had gotten a moving van, and I would have been. It probably wouldn't have been as comfortable, but it would have felt more secure. It would have been easier to drive. And then I realized no, because the whole way, the minute I'd be watching for something to move, and I'd be paranoid, right? Buddy I work with who has experience towing trailers. He drive same guy that jumped at the chance to come see midget wrestling. He also sails, so he's towed a boat. He's used to all of this. He's like, once you get on the highway after a half hour, you're gonna forget that trailer's there. I'm like, no, I didn't, because every time I looked in my rearview mirror, I just saw U-Haul. Didn't forget.
How big of a trailer was it?
It was a 4x6, so it wasn't even a big trailer.
Yeah, it wasn't.
4x6 or 5x8. 5x8.
Okay, yeah, so not a huge one, but big enough.
It wasn't terrible, but the thing was, and I don't know if this is going to come through. Let me do this, because I took a picture when I parked in the lot with the truck and the trailer. I don't want to put that out.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't.
Makes sense to us.
People can look it up if they really want to see. Yeah. So, but no, I mean, it could have been a lot worse for sure, but it's definitely not fun. You would hope that your first time towing a trailer is like, across town, not across states. The
thing is, like, the tongue of that trailer, like it's back really far, and the only reason, or it's a long, right? And the only reason that I think they do that on these U-Hauls is for the idiots with the smaller vehicles. When they're backing up, you're going to hit that bar with your bumper before you hit the trailer.
Yeah, because you're going to jackknife it. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, your Expedition and the trailer fits in across 2 parking spots.
Yes.
So... yeah.
They say on the front of those fenders it says speed limit 55. I tend to disagree.
No, I mean, you'd get run over on the highway.
Yeah, I didn't go much above 70. That seemed to be the sweet spot.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. So, it was. But, yep.
Mama Blair wrote in, towing is the easy part. I can do that all day. It's the backing into the parking spot. Yes, especially with a smaller trailer. Apparently a bigger trailer is actually easier to back up than a smaller one. But I will never find out in my life.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I will say that backing into my driveway, the one thing I did tell Kim, we have a double driveway. I said, you're going to move your car. This way I can just take up whatever room I want, because the next day we just took it to the storage unit to unload. So,
yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I'm definitely with you on that. It's yeah, not a fun thing. So, All right. So we were going to review Zombievers tonight, but we decided that we're going to call an audible, and instead we are going to review a movie which is fairly recently come to streaming. A lot of people may have seen it at the theaters, and if you didn't, then you will be interested in it on the streaming platform. And really, it's had just a ton of hype around it, and all of us were interested in watching it anyway. And that is Project Hail Mary. So tonight, that's what you're going to get a review of. Is Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, originally a book, turned into a movie. So we'll go ahead and we'll jump into that now. So I'm up on it for the overview, and I will tell you ahead of time, I listened to the book about a week before it came out on film, and I'm not one of these people that says, oh, the book is so much better than the movie. Why didn't they make it so much closer to the book? No, I'm not one of those people, because I'm not a reader. I don't normally read books. I will listen to a book much more likely than I am to read a book, and I don't listen to all that many books. Probably I can count on two hands how many books I've listened to. I just don't do books. I do movies, which is why this isn't the book segment of the show. This is the movie segment of the show. All right. So was the book good? Yes, the book was good. Will you get the gist of everything if you watch the movie? 110% you will. All right. The movie is perfectly fine. It, to me, encapsulates the majority of the book. All right. Even the author, Andy Weir, who I watched an interview with, said, hey, they did a really good job with this book and turning it into a movie. There was only one thing that they didn't include that I wish that they would have included, and even the producer said they wish they could have figured out a way to include it in the movie. And I'm not spoiling anything here because it didn't really add anything. It was when they blew up part of the Antarctica. They wish they could have figured out a way to put that into the movie, but it just wouldn't have made any sense. So they didn't put it in the movie. But that's the only part that he says he wishes could have been in the movie. Otherwise, it's a great movie. It's a reluctant hero movie. All right? That's the gist of the movie. Is you have Ryan Gosling, a.k.a. Ken, all right, who gets shot into space, and everybody else in his crew died. All right? So he's alone. One man trying to save the world. Pretty similar, and he has to figure out why this one son isn't dying, but ours is, and so are a bunch of other ones. All right, from this thing that he called astrophage, and it's stuck. All right, they do a bunch of back and forth. If you don't like cutscenes and flashbacks, you are going to hate this movie. All right? Because this movie is like 5 minutes worth of now, 5 minutes worth of flashbacks. Constantly. All right? So you will not like this. And it does the same thing in the book. So don't think that they did anything differently. But this reluctant hero, while he's, on his way to this star, to figure out why it is immune, runs into another reluctant hero. An alien. And this one doesn't pop out of anybody's stomach. It's awesome. All right? He's a cool alien. His name is Rocky. And why is his name Rocky? Because he looks like a rock. All right? He looks like a crab made of rock, basically. All right. Long John Silver's really should have figured out a way to go into product placement, or Red Lobster. Maybe it would have saved their brand. You just never know. But regardless, they really should have figured out a way to cross promote better. All I know is that some vodka brand got a lot of mileage out of this movie. You know, but regardless. So anyway, two unlikely friends, different planets, different environments, environmental needs, forge a friendship, cross communications. Um, there's you know there's a lot of bonding that goes on. So it's a pretty good buddy movie. All right. If you want an unlikely buddy movie, this is a good one. All right. And in the end, things come out that you learn along the way, and one buddy has to save another buddy. Then the roles are reversed, and then you know things happen. I'm not going to ruin the movie because it's fairly new, but it's actually a really good movie. If you enjoy sci-fi, if you liked The Martian, you're going to enjoy this movie. Um, it was really funny. The interview I was watching was Neil deGrasse Tyson interviewing Andy Weir, and he goes, "So some of your books have been turned into movies now," and Andy Weir goes, "Yes, 2 of the 3 of my books have been turned into movies now." He goes, "I'm really fighting for the other one so that I can have 3 of 3." He goes, "But they, for some reason, they didn't like my second book." So he goes, because it's different than the other 2. The other 2 are very much the Martian and this one were very much man against against the world, and his second one is really not. It's more of a space opera-ish type of thing from what I understand. So there's multiple characters and backstories and all that other kind of fun stuff. So because I haven't read that one, if I understand it correctly, it's more like Pluto Nash, which is weird.
I was just gonna say this is Pluto Nash.
Yeah, it's very odd, but that's what and I'm like, well, maybe if Pluto Nash didn't exist, he would get his movie, but Pluto Nash exists, and everybody knows Pluto Nash.
All they got to do is put a thing inspired by.
Yeah. Get Eddie Murphy to play one of them, and you'll be fine. So anyway, but yeah. So Andy Weir, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't too darn bad for an author to have his books made into movies. I know there's plenty of authors who would love that. So anyway, I am going to give this a SEG. It's not a Schneikes for me. It's an SEG, and I think that's a pretty solid one for a book-turned movie. For the action, the limited action that it has, it would need more explosions, more gunplay, more all those things for me to give it any higher. But I think SEG is pretty good for me. So, Colin, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm not going to bury the lead. This is quite possibly my absolute favorite movie of all time. I have listened and read the book multiple times. Actually, Shaggy, have you listened to The Martian?
Yes, that's how that's how I know The Martian is different than the movie, but still good.
Yes. It's very much a pair. The Martian is about a guy who is overqualified. He is both the handyman of the team, and he is the botanist of the team, and so he is like the most qualified person to be alone on Mars, and he has the entire planet Earth that is trying to save him. That is the story of The Martian. And for Project Hail Mary, you have someone who is not an astronaut, as he very much says in the end. So that's something from near the end you can say. He's a scientist. He is not an engineer. He is incapable on his own of accomplishing what he needs to accomplish. It's only because he finds his own Mark Watney in Rocky that he manages to get done what he needs to get done. But it's also the reverse of, in this case, it's not the entire planet Earth that's trying to save him. It's one guy who's trying to save the entire planet Earth. And all the other solar systems around, for that matter. So just the way that these two movies and books work together to be contrast each other and show more of some of the concepts between the two, I think is a wonderful thing. And so The Martian is one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite movies. Project Hail Mary, one of my favorite books, one of my favorite movies. And it's amazing to me how many people I've watched doing reaction videos to this who are crying about a puppet. And that just says a lot about this. So a year from now, when the Academy Awards come up, this better be all over the place. Because like I said, I'm going to have to give it Schneikes just because it is my favorite movie of all time. But it doesn't really quite meet the my usual definition of Schneikes because I was not surprised to like the movie. But I can't give it less.
All right, Mike?
So, Shaggy, you pretty much touched on one of my biggest issues was how many times they did flashbacks. I felt like after a little while, it actually caused me to lose interest because it went back and forth so much. I understand why it did that, but it's this. A lot of the movies that I watch these days are movies that I can put on and I could stop and I could come back to. And I feel like this one, you have to dedicate a lot of time because this is a long movie by today's standard. It's pretty long. You got to dedicate and you got to focus because the flashbacks make it hard to come back. At least for me, anyway. But the flashbacks are important because they do reveal the crisis that he's trying to solve with. Now, if you are not a scientific person, this is issue number 2 I have with this, is that there are a lot of scientific problem-solving sequences that it's not like The Martian where he's like, okay, I just scienced the shit out of this, boom, bing, bing, bang, boom. There you go, done. There's a lot of detailed kind of figuring in here. That could be a distraction to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
The last issue I have, well, I can't even say it's an issue, but I still want to know exactly how this guy, who was a scientist, there was almost an Independence Day type conundrum here. This movie's version of Red Matter, where he figures out how to communicate with the alien and develop something like of a universal translator, so to speak. Now, all of that being said, I did really enjoy this movie. Now, I probably would have enjoyed it more if there were less flashbacks and more focusing on just him and Rocky. One of the movies that I really, really liked a lot was a movie called Moon with Sam Rockwell. And he was pretty much the main character talking to himself. I feel like if we had focused a little more on just Gosling and Rocky, that I would have liked this more. But I am going to give this an SCG because despite everything else, this was one of those movies that didn't overhype itself. I mean, did I see a lot of advertisements for it? Yes, I did. But it was warranted because nothing in those advertisements really made this, like, oversold this movie. I did go into it worrying that this was going to be a run-of-the-mill kind of save humanity type movie. What was the one? Sunshine?
Yeah, Sunshine.
Yes, that was the other one where the sun was dying and they had to go.
Yeah.
Well, that one turned out to be more of a horror type.
Yeah.
Flick. So different vein, but I was worried that this was going to be, I don't know, something other than it was. So, but I'll give it an SCG.
Yeah.
Will I rewatch it when I can devote the time to it? Yeah, I have no idea when that will be, but yeah, you do have a good point. Maybe I will listen to the audiobook because, I do drive to work if I could listen to a chapter on the way to work and a chapter on the way home, something like that, maybe that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have listened to this on the 12-hour drive coming back with the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, I will tell you, in the book they go obviously there's things they have to cut for the movie, right? And I understand that 100%. And, there is a bit more to the making of a language and conversing in the book than what they have in the movie because they have to cut things for time. And so that's explained a little bit in the book, and maybe it's just I'm willing to look over those things because I know that has to happen, and so I just don't care. Hey, that's movie dust. That's the magic of the movie.
Red matter.
Yeah,
it's red matter.
But I did really like when I watched this interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He loves to break down the science of movies, and I guess Andy Weir has been on his podcast more than any other writer, even though he's only had 3 books. Because the science research is so strong with the things that he does, even the things he makes up, the science research has been so strong. And I really like that dedication, So,
I'll just say, I, in general, do not like flashbacks. In general, I find that they never have any reason. And they're, especially in books, I hate them. In this particular book, this is one of the few books that actually there's a reason for the flashbacks, because it isn't just the audience or the reader who's getting this flashback. Because that's why what I don't like about flashbacks is that the narrator already knows that this thing happened, and the narrator kept you from knowing about this thing that happened because they decided to not tell you about it. But in this case, the narrator also is experiencing the flashback and is also learning that at the same time that you are. And that's what makes it different. That's what makes it interesting. And is part of the reason for the story to exist in the first place. As far as the language thing goes, I think the one thing they did not cover in the movie, which I think helps to understand, is that Rocky cannot forget anything. So that's the reason why Rocky does not have any computers. His people never invented computers because they never saw any reason to have computers, because they are already basically organic computers themselves. Anything that they hear, because hearing is how they perceive everything they hear is basically written into their brain permanently and cannot be forgotten. So Rocky very easily learns English, and then Rocky can hear what the computer is doing to translate himself, and then he basically changes what he's saying to kind of caveman arid, so that he is getting the computer to say what he wants the computer to say. And that is what makes the communication possible at the level and as quickly as it does happen. That's something they just kind of didn't really get to in the movie.
So like I said, I think we all agreed, good movie. Would recommend if you're into science fiction, hard science fiction, buddy movies. Definitely one that you want to put on your watch list.
Good kid movie too.
Decent kid movie. I would say there are some topics in here that may be not great for younger children. So
like, I don't know, the end of the world,
suicide pacts. Not making it home. Those types of things. Maybe not a good.
Oh idea. Yeah. Not little. This is not. Yeah. This is not little kid movie. No. They'd be bored out of our minds.
Teenager movie.
No, wait for Toy Story 5 to come out for them. Okay?
Oh God, yeah. All right.
Speaking of, real quick, Toy Story 5 is finally going to be the one that makes me go to a movie to buy a popcorn bucket.
Okay. Why?
Because I saw this popcorn bucket, and it's Buzz Lightyear, and his visor opens up, and that's the popcorn, and then the wings pop out the back, and his jetpack is the soda cup.
Yeah.
I need this.
Okay.
I think I need this. Almost as much as I wanted the Maverick and Goose flight helmet popcorn buckets. Okay, so before you get the random number generator.
Well, I was going to ask, are we going to delay Zombievers until then, or are we going to pick another one, or what? Or do we just want to, table this for now and decide later?
Zombievers will be fine for next time, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Unless Mike had some other thing that he thought we needed to get to.
Well, not some other thing. I don't want to be freaking point on Zombievers though.
Okay. We can do something else.
Oh yeah, we can let that loop around and have Shaggy pick it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
In 3 episodes.
Okay. All right. So I have we're 1 to 38, but being the selfish person that I am these days, I am going to propose a new potential choice method that I will take 3 movies off of this list.
Okay.
And let you guys pick which of those 3.
Okay.
So as the person who's going to do the review, that's a good thing. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So the reason I'm saying it, it prevents Colin and I from getting the Shaggy. Right? It also will kind of make the person who's on point a little more interested in the movie. So it's something more up their alley so that the review will be better. Okay? So the 3 that I am going to throw at you are The Bubble, which is a reality type movie where they're filming a sequel to a movie and it's a quarantine scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like what was the one with John Cusack and the guys where it was like End of Days or something and they were all playing themselves.
Yep.
This is the end, I think.
Yeah.
Right, so it's kind of like that. That one. Mickey 17, which is a Robert Pattinson movie. So that's kind of like the curveball because I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson really, but it's the one where he basically is cloning himself in space.
Okay.
Or getting cloned in space. And number 3 would be Hot Dog the movie, because why not? Which is a 1980s skiing movie.
You know
I've
already seen
Shaggy
that.
as I'm gonna pick.
You know I've already seen that.
So have I.
I'm really surprised because that would be one of my picks. So I've watched the documentary on that movie.
Oh Jesus! So it's your call, or if you want, we just go to the randomizer.
I would be good with what was the first movie that you said was the
Bubble.
The Bubble?
The Bubble. I would be fine with The Bubble.
Let me see. Let me make sure it's still available, because that would really be foot in the mouth if.
Which I was going to say, this a part of the charm of this new method is that we've had problems with some of these movies aging out and not being there. So
it's only It's only from 2022. It's available on Netflix.
Yes. So, loaded with big stars and surprise cameos, this showbiz comedy follows the hookups, mishaps, and messy shenanigans inside a film shoot's pandemic bubble. Starring Karen Gillan, Iris Apatow, Fred Armisen, David Duchovny, Keegan-Michael Key, Leslie Mann, Kate McKinnon, Pedro Pascal, Rob Delaney. I mean, okay, so this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Bubble.
good.
The Bubble it is.
All right. Yep.
All right.
It's even got John Cena in it. And Benedict Cumberbatch.
I don't know when we're going to actually do this, so.
Yeah.
What did we say, 2022?
Yeah. So we'll see. Right now it might be teed up for the 6th, but we'll see. I don't know if I have class that night or not, so we'll have to check.
I have to make sure there's no local fireworks going on that night.
True. Because that is just after the 4th. So, all right. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to have that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. We don't have that tonight.
I forgot that you could actually play it. That's why I was trying to
Yeah.
play it out there. Okay.
No. So, folks, thank you for
Good,
tuning
man.
in to PTR Radio. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you lasting through the break. Don't forget, you can always check out ptrradio.com. And we'll be updating the stream the podcast feed with all of our podcasts that we do moving forward. And you can check out our back catalog whenever we're not on the air. We have many, many years for you to listen to the show when we're not around. So, but we'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks, and you can check us out then. If not, check us out all the socials at PTR Radio on your favorite socials. Till then, folks, I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I am Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done later.